pressure, that I know, skanking, grooving, under the pressures of life and it up, yeah. Now stay down, mama, time pick it up. Now bother with it down, full style, strictly up, full vibe. Pick it up when the bills, them the rent and the mortgage due, yeah. When me chalice, when your best friends are gone and it's only you. Light up a split, turn up the music, skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah, yeah. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah, yeah. Skanking sweet. For every pain there's a melody. For every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. So make we sing together. And who say life no order? And every man got this struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord, and let me overcome my troubles. No skanking. Everybody wanna feel. Forget your troubles and rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet. Come on, no skanking sweet, my brother. Feel Irie, troubles and rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah, yeah. We'll skank it till the morning come, baby. Till the morning, until the day when my troubles are done. Oh, and very groovy in a Jaja name, yeah. Groovy in a Jaja name. And then we're grooving all my troubles away. Skanking sweet, everybody wanna feel. Forget your troubles and rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet. Come on, and no skanking sweet, oh yeah. Everybody wanna feel. Everybody forget your troubles and rock. Forget your troubles and rock with me. Yeah. Skanking, grooving, and we're skanking the moon. Yeah, skanking, grooving.
Skanking Sweet this morning with Chronics as we welcome you to Smile Jamaica. It's morning time on a Wednesday. We go until 8:30 this morning because there are no football games today. No football games tomorrow, but we come back on Friday with the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Good morning to everyone on OneSpotMedia.com, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at SmileJam TVJ, and also on television, Jamaica.com. Great to have you with us. As always, a brilliant show this morning. And
Good morning.
my sister in a little bit under the weather. Well, go
But
on.
I'm good, but by the end of today, I'll be not under, but over the weather.
Yeah,
Good to
right.
see you. I'm good. Good to see you. Good to see you. What a World Cup. Good morning, Jamaica, as Neville said. Good morning to all our friends watching on every digital platform. It's good to be here. We have live. Yeah, we're live. We woke up kicking.
How are the young ones?
My young ones are good. How are your young ones? How are your young ones?
Well, my young ones are young.
Yeah, your grand Pekingese, your
Pekingese are
grandchildren.
young. They're fine. Give thanks.
Listen,
They're fine.
I want to just take a moment to talk about the power of music in that video. It is a video type of Wednesday today, so we're going to be running some beautiful videos from then till now. And when Chronic Skanking comes on, it's amazing what it does to our cinematographers on camera 1, 2, and 3 primarily, who were just skanking behind that camera. You know, it's just like, 1, 2, and 4 now. He was on 1, 2, and 3 here. 1, 2, and 4. You know what I mean? 3 out of the 4 cameramen. We're really skanking to that song. I want to big up Chronics. I just love the power of our music to change our energy, you know what I mean? And to lift us. What does that song do for you? Because I know it's one of your favorites.
It's one of my favorites because Chronics is one of my favorite artists. I think he's outstanding.
Yeah.
So I like everything that he does, actually.
I think there's a lot to be said about Chronics. And I think, you know, it's like he channels a different kind of energy, and I think a part of it is a groundation that he has for all our foreign listeners. I mean, like a foundation that he's had in accessing information, which he puts into lyric. And some people are just born with that soul.
He's good.
He
sings well.
reggae.
His lyrics are good, and
soul reggae.
Yeah, and the way. I don't know if he's there yet, but I remember saying that every Bob Marley that I listen to is very different from the one before.
Yes.
But from you hear it, you know it's Bob Marley.
Right. And Chronix has that.
I think Chronix has that.
Yeah.
I'm not comparing him with Bob Marley just yet, because Bob Marley is,
well, Bob Marley paid his dues for a long time.
He's one of a kind. But
he is. And Chronix is one of a kind.
Yep.
If you're looking at today and you're looking at some of his colleagues right now, we have to say that he really does stand out.
It's a big thing.
It's a big thing.
But as I say, I like what he does, and I like him as a person, and I like what he does. Find him to be humble, and I love that about people. Anyway, let me tell you what's up this morning. As I said, we don't have any football this morning, so if you don't see any games or live games, don't give us a hard time. There's nothing happening at the World Cup in Russia. But most, if not all, countries face corruption. But what do you think about the rate in Jamaica? We get your views on our ethics, or lack thereof.
And ethics in schools. We talk about how learning more about this can help vulnerable youth.
And the Caribbean Vulnerable Communities Coalition tells us about the Do You Dare campaign.
Do you dare? And do you dare to go bold for your wedding makeup, or are you the traditional kind? We mix things up later on.
Then we mix things up on the road with the folks from Toyota. It's a rush road trip. You'll want to hear about that for sure.
And a trip to the kitchen when our friends from Rainforest stop by for a marquee month. But before we heat up anything on the stove, we heat things up.
Our topics. Easy, Karine. Where's Jody?
Oh boy.
Right.
This one.
I don't know how many more.
This one is the embattled real estate attorney Jennifer Machado has been slapped with additional fraud charges in relation to 3 separate land transactions. It's been all over the news. You see her there with Machado, who she defrauded for $30.7 million. And we hear that she was rearrested and appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court yesterday and was offered $400,000 bail, and is to appear in court on July 12. Her attorney, Christopher Townsend, said that his client collected $8 million from a hotelier for the purchase of a property. Now, these 3 cases that I mentioned, when the attorney was asked how much money is involved, responded quite a lot of millions. Now, what does quite a lot of millions sound like, my people? She's had a lot of bail. Boy, I tell you, it's a long one. It's a long one, but she's been accused of forging the signatures of 2 trustees along with affixing the property owner's stamp and letterhead to facilitate the transaction, and allegedly collected $270,000 as a down payment from the prospective purchaser. Boy, she's 72. And I think this case is going to be going on and on. Boy. Anyway, that's an update. More charges for fraud.
All right, then we continue the World Cup. England, who for the last little while in senior competitions, they have lost from the penalty spot. Something like me. We just keep losing. Nothing like that yesterday. They were good yesterday. They came away with a 4-3 penalty shootout win after a 1-1 tie after extra time against Colombia. They're part of the final 8. We started with 32. Colombia, they're out. England in, and they will meet Sweden in the quarterfinals. And so the matchups have been made. On Friday, it is France against Uruguay at 9 o'clock, and then at 1 o'clock, it's Brazil against Belgium. And then on Saturday, England will play Sweden, and Croatia will meet Russia. And probably the surprise that the Russian team is still involved.
Where were they on the, they were what, on the list?
They're the lowest ranked team at the World Cup.
And look at that. I'm just...
Host country, and they knocked out one of the best teams in the world when they got better of Spain from the penalty spot. So this is...
What a cup.
Some people think it's the best World Cup they've seen. But it certainly keeps you on the edge of your seat. You're not certain who will go through. It was expected that all the top teams would still be there, and a couple of the top teams are out. But England, they're through. Gareth Southgate, who in a European Championship game missed the penalty himself, and England lost that game. But as coach, he said he was practicing penalties since March. And not only practicing penalties, but he did the whole shebang. He actually had them walk from the half line to take the penalty, and he's been doing it for a while. Some people think you can't recreate what you saw at the World Cup game in training, so they don't bother with that. Well, he says, no, we're going to practice it and get used to the fact that it becomes a habit, and they did very well.
Let me ask you about the penalty. Kind of like, as a spectator, you see the game, and it's like so exciting, and you get to the end now and it comes to penalty, you feel like this is not fair. You understand? You feel like after everything you all just did, to just leave it to a shootout now, it kind of feels...
I said it on air, it's not an ideal way to end the game, and it's not necessarily the better team that will end up winning from the penalty
Exactly,
spot.
Yeah. But it is
the game has to end.
I know,
so,
right?
I know in basketball you have one extra time, or they have another one, but the game has to end. So they had what they call a sudden death end. They did it in one World Cup. So when you go to extra time, the first team that scores wins the game.
Right.
And they thought, that's not so fair, so let's play out half an hour, and then if you still don't have a winner, you go to the penalty spot. It's a tough way to lose. And I was thinking yesterday that the person who
misses
and kind of causes his team to lose.
Oh, Lord.
He's gonna
but
be
I mean, so many tears. So
many
tears on that field.
It just shows a passion and of what it means to people, because sometimes you think because they're making a lot of money it doesn't matter, but it means a lot.
There's a lot of heart. Let me tell you who I think had real heart. Japan.
Yeah, they fought hard.
But I have to ask you, it's like the wind blow them down enough. Every time Japan fall. They say, but I'm saying...
To be fair, they came up against a high-quality team. Belgium is one of the best teams in the world.
And what was that score on the clock, man?
Yeah. But it would have gone to extra time if Belgium had the score then, so who knows?
I must admit, though, Neville, and I know we make a joke about the women here at TVJ not really understanding and into the match, but I can't lie to you. It is so exciting. Yeah, like, I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm late for everything. I'm stopping in people's bar on the roadside. Like, watching the match. And I'm like, okay, halftime, let me get in the car. Then wait, the match has stopped back. Let me stop at the next bar. It's really... What happens after that? Are there any other sports being played right now?
No, but they should have should have the World Cup every month.
Yeah. No, Wimbledon is on.
Yeah, but they should have the World Cup every month. All right, what's the next one?
All right, what's next on the hot topics?
I think everyone would have seen this video.
The video circulated on social media showing the King Alarm officers in uniform along with a man in a blue shirt attempting to subdue a man in a suit. What appeared to be an apartment complex, and we hear a man called Vegas, and it is the Vegas. We never saw him, Mr. Vegas the entertainer. He was the commentator for the entire video, and boy was he dramatic. Let's just say it's a sad state of affairs. We do know that the King Alarm boss has flown in, or is flying in today to deal with it, to find out what happened. But we did see where the man in the blue shirt wrestled the man in the suit to the ground and attempted to take his firearm and disarm him. And the man responded by shooting. Now, I see on the front page of the Gleaner today where the FLA, the director of compliance and enforcement at the Firearm Licensing Authority, has described the actions of security guard, basically, paraphrasing, said he should not take him, he should not try to disarm him. So we are going to hear the outcome of that. It is in investigation, and we do know that the security guards have been sent home while the investigation is going on. And the police have reportedly seized a firearm involved in the incident as part of their investigations. But I tell you, Vegas has really been making news lately. I hope the man that was shot is okay. But as I said, the director of the FLA basically said that in a case like this, the man's life was threatened. He's a licensed firearm holder, attacked from behind. As a firearm holder, there is an important thing called retention of firearm. No one should attack an individual like that. The attacker did something crazy, end quote. Now, let's just start there because we're seeing parts of the video being circulated and people have all kinds of opinions. But what is fact is what we see. And the truth is we never really know how things escalate, but there's a story there. There are a couple of videos. You can follow it. But the behavior of the guards is definitely questionable. And I really hope it will be dealt with. As a licensed firearm holder, man can't just come take your gun so and disarm you like that. I mean, it is. I agree with the FLA. The man say on the front page, crazy attack. So let's just start there. I don't know that world, yeah. I stay in my yard. I go a compound. Go leave, Baba. I am tired of the world. The people are crazy. From real estate, this to man take man fire. I am going crazy. That's what's going on, people. Boy, I tell you, I don't know what to say except let's get this show going.
I mean, you don't know what to say. You've been saying.
I've been saying, but I'm now stuck for words.
You can just
I'm
stop.
lost for words.
No, but you can just stop and I will find the words for you.
Please, help me.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Time for some birthdays. Happy birthday to Leopold Borland and Leopold's cousin. It's her birthday today. Also, Princess Halliman. And the greetings are coming from Yvette Borland. So, Leopold and Princess, I hope you have an absolutely amazing day today. I wish you so many, many more. So have some fun today. A World Cup, so you can go drink and eat some ice cream and stuff and have some fun today.
Leopold?
Leopold Borland and his cousin, Princess Halliman.
Wow.
So hope you both have a great day today.
All right. Well, as usual, my birthday is very general. It's to all the children out there who are born today, especially those in state care, those in foster care, those in, you know, those who just wake up this morning and feel like nobody loves you. Remember, you're worth something. Happy birthday to you. Have a great day. Love yourself. Look in the mirror. Know that you know what? You're going to be dead longer than you live. So give thanks for the little life that we have. Live it and leave something when you're gone. Leave a memory, all right? Walk in your purpose. It's true, you know. We're very afraid to talk about it. But we talk about birth all the time, and we have to remember, you know, every day give thanks to the birth because you only have a few years on earth. We're going to be dead millions of years. We're going to live what? How long you living? 105? Me, 108? And then we're going to be dead 100 and something million years. So let's live a good life.
Folks. I don't know why she want to put death in there on her birthday.
Because death is a part of life.
Happy birthday. Have a great day.
Have a good one.
We know the key to unity of all people is in the dream that you had so long ago that lives in all of the hearts of people. Believe in unity. We'll make the dream become a reality. I know we will. Because our hearts tell us something.